I and my government are obviously extremely staunch supporters and defenders of Canada's Charter of Rights and Freedoms. The Charter is there to protect Canadians from governments that overreach.
Charter rights are being quashed in Canada, but people are only upset if it's not their team doing the quashing. Hi, I'm Brian Lilley, political columnist for the Toronto Sun. It's interesting to see the reaction from so many people upset that Ontario Premier Doug Ford is invoking the notwithstanding clause to stop a school strike from happening. He says he'll do whatever it takes to keep kids in the classroom after more than 2 years, more than 3 years really, of schools being interrupted either by work stoppages by teachers and education workers or the incredible shutdowns during the pandemic. He says that nobody wants another round of school interruptions, and he's right on that. But to do so, he's using the notwithstanding clause and saying that you can't challenge his back to work legislation that's being brought in before people stop working. Is this a violation of charter rights? Most likely, but this is all happening at the same time that the federal government is going through the Emergencies Act inquiry to determine whether invoking the Emergencies Act was justified. And strangely, many of the same people who were so upset that Ford is using the notwithstanding clause were cheering on the Emergencies Act. They were also cheering on vaccine mandates that said, doesn't matter what you think should go into your body, you need to have a vaccine. So are we really upset about charter rights being overturned or quashed by governments, or are we just upset if it's our, not supporting what we want? Do we believe in charter rights, or do we believe in government being able to tell you what to do if it's in line with the party you support? I think that's where we're at in this situation right now. Look, I've been covering Supreme Court decisions and other major court decisions for years now. And one of the things that's always shocked me is how often the courts actually quash charter rights. There's one that relates to the school issue at hand, and it was a college professor in 1991 who went to the court and said, I don't want my union dues being used to support the NDP. Well, the court found that, yes, that was a violation of Mr. Levine's Section 2D charter rights, his freedom of association, but they said under Section 1 of the charter, it was justifiable in a free and democratic society. See, Section 1 of the charter is essentially the judge's get out of jail free card. As long as they can make an argument as to why your charter right should be suspended for reasons they believe, they can do it. It's not subject to appeal. It's not subject to a time limit, the way Section 33, the notwithstanding clause is, but it's there. And it happens all the time. And people don't get upset, even when it's a very political decision. There are no absolutists when it comes to Canadian charter rights, it seems. It's just situational. And whether people agree with it politically, that's rather disturbing if you ask me. I could be upset at all of them. But as I get older, I'm starting to realize it's just not worth it. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment down below. Share this on social media. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.